Arcfra CloudMove is a tool designed for cross-platform migration, supporting the migration of virtual machines or physical machines from various source platforms, including public cloud platforms, to the Arcfra Enterprise Cloud Platform, AECP. In this demonstration, we will showcase the migration from a Windows Hyper-V environment to Arcfra AECP. This process is also applicable to other virtualization V2V migration scenarios, as well as P2V physical to virtual migrations. Log in to the Arcfra CloudMove Control Center and click on Migration. First, you need to add the Arcfra cluster into CloudMove through the Cloud Account tab. Enter the name and select Arcfra Cloud Operations System. Input the Arcfra cluster IP address and login credentials, and then the Arcfra cluster will be successfully added. In Arcfra CloudMove, the proxy virtual appliances are required to complete the migration. The CloudMove will match an appropriate proxy virtual appliance based on the source VM's OS type to complete the migration. In this demonstration, we will use a Linux VM and a Windows VM to perform the process. As demonstrated in the video, separate CentOS and Windows Server VMs have been provisioned in AECP to function as proxy virtual appliances. In the CloudMove Control Center, click Backup Destination to add a target host. Select and add the proxy virtual appliance created previously. For example, add the Windows Proxy Virtual Appliance. Select the disk type and click Save. Use the same method to add the other Linux-based proxy virtual appliance. Once you have finished adding the target host to the backup destination, check the Virtual Appliance tab to confirm that the proxy virtual appliance was added successfully. You will also see the agent installation status there. When the agent shows as installed, it means the proxy virtual appliance is ready as a target host. Next, we will add the source host. In this demo, we'll use Windows Hyper-V VMs as our source hosts. Note that CloudMove is also applicable to other virtualization platforms for both V2V and P2V migrations. Over in Hyper-V Manager, we have the Linux and Windows VMs ready to be migrated to Arcfra AECP. First, verify the IP details for each of the two Hyper-V VMs. Then, go to Source Host to add them. You have two options for the agent. We'll use push installation for this demo. Enter the source VM's IP address and login credentials. Choose OpenSSH if it's a Linux machine, or Windows Remote Management if it's Windows. Click Save, and the system will automatically proceed to install the agent on the source host. Now that the agent is installed, we are ready to create a migration plan. Select the source host where the agent was installed and hit Create Plan. Choose the appropriate backup destination that matches the source host's OS, and finally, click Finish. You can find your migration plan under the Plan tab. Expand the plan to check the details. Here, you will be able to see information regarding both the source host and the target proxy virtual appliance. You need to add the network adapter details in the target proxy virtual appliance so the migration can proceed smoothly. If you skip this, the migration might fail and stop due to errors. Once you've finished adding the network adapter, click Save. You have the option to run the plan right away or set up a scheduled run. For this demo, we will choose to run it immediately. Once the migration plan is running, you can check its status here. Meanwhile, over in the Arcfra Operations Center, you can also see that the corresponding VM migration task is currently in progress. The migration duration depends on the disk data size of the source host. Once Ready to Switch appears in the control center, click Switch. The switch task will then start to perform the final data synchronization and conversion. During the switch process, you can monitor the task status in both the CloudMove Control Center and the Arcfra Operations Center. Once the switch task status is done, the migration is complete. You can now proceed with further operations on the virtual machine within Arcfra AECP. This concludes the CloudMove migration demonstration. The virtual machine has been successfully migrated from the Hyper-V platform to the Arcfra platform. For more information about CloudMove, please visit Arcfra Docs. Thank you for watching.